What's up, you guys? It's Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Because today we are reviewing season 15, episode 10 of Sister Wives, you guys. And between Cody having another panic attack and Gwendolyn and Aurora graduating,
and then another family meeting.
Yes, it has been quite a bit this season, for real, for real. So we're going to get right into it with Gwendolyn and Aurora's graduation. They basically had a graduation, and I think
because of COVID, they had to be in their cars.
Yeah, basically.
So people just kind of like decorated their cars, and the children, got down alongside the cars.
Yeah.
And the families were able to like take pictures of them.
Yeah.
I mean, which I guess might be pretty cool one day to say, I remember the time when we coolly graduated.
Yeah, and they had to honk the horns and everything. So I thought that was sweet.
Yeah, so they did. And then later on, Christine said she was going to take the Gwendolyn down to Utah so she can celebrate with the rest of the family.
Right.
And that's what Aspen, Peyton, and who else?
Aspen, Peyton, Gwendolyn. Mykelti.
Yeah, they're all down there.
Yeah, Christine basically wants to be around people who want to be around her and her girls. I think she's kind of fed up with Cody and him just not being around, not being a present father, and really just not even caring.
Yeah, like he comes in the evenings, and he actually said he does that on purpose. When he comes in the evening, because he said he just doesn't want to engage, he doesn't want to hear, Christine complaining or whatever. But if you just do right,
you would have to hear it.
You really have to hear it.
Yeah.
And then, that's the thing. You have 4 wives. Sometimes men even have problems just talking to one wife, and working out their problems. But you have 4 wives, so you really cannot be of the mindset that, if she's saying something I don't like, then I get to just not engage with her.
Yeah.
You really cannot do that because you have a whole 4 wives.
Yeah, and it's really unfair if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they decided to have another family meeting, and Cody has decided
COVID protocols. What about Cody's COVID protocols?
Yeah, and he said something that I thought was just out of pocket. He said basically that I see my family as an obstacle from obtaining his goals.
Yeah.
Cody, I don't understand that because you always said family was the goal.
Yeah.
Keeping your family together, making sure nobody dies was the goal.
Yeah.
So now they're an obstacle.
Yeah.
You know why I think they're an obstacle?
Why?
Because he wants to be in monogamy with Robin, and he and these 3 other women and their baby kids aren't for him anymore. He doesn't want them anymore.
As a baby kids too.
Yeah, he probably thinks of them as baby kids, and he's just like, I don't want this family anymore. I want to be with Robin, and they're making it extremely difficult for me.
Yeah. And Robin has made it extremely easy for him. She got herself a nanny.
Yes.
To do all of these protocols.
Facts. Because I doubt Robin's doing any of it.
She can be there to just be like, we're following your stuff, and then she stays home anyway.
Yeah, and she loves on him.
Yeah. So he's like, and then he sees the difference, I guess, between what she's doing and what the other wives are doing with the children, and so maybe those are his goals too.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. These are Robin, her family. Those are my goals, and you guys are. If you're not complaining about me not giving you time, you're complaining about my rules. Yeah. But what I liked about this meeting was that everyone seemed to be, everyone seemed to have, all be in a dark place,
You like that?
No, not that. But I like the fact that Christine brought out, remember not too long ago, they had this whole ceremony in Vegas?
Right.
And they went, saw a therapist, wrote their family mission goals.
Yeah.
And what the family should be.
Right.
So they have it laminated on something, and Christine took it out and read it to them, just to remind them. And Cody kind of calmed down. I mean, I don't know what if he was thinking, that's a long time ago. But everyone seemed to appreciate that. So for once, they left this meeting without anyone crying, upset. They left it on a positive note.
But did he dial back the rules at all?
No, he did not.
So nothing was accomplished, basically.
But before, like when all these other meetings they have, I keep asking myself, why are you guys? It's almost as if he's having these meetings
as a form of torture.
Yeah, like to gripe and complain, and your children are not doing this and that, and putting down shade comments, putting down some of the wives, really Janelle and Christine. So it ended for once on a good note. And that's what I was happy about. It was like I took a really well, thank God.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel like, if those were the rules and it calmed him down a bit, I feel like that should have been the catalyst to him being like, okay, I really need to ease up. Because at the end of the day, Cody, you don't have all the answers.
I think it helped the wives. You know what? Because he went into a confessional and he was like, please, I'm cynical. Those women, I've seen them treat each other bad for years.
It's your
I don't
fault.
know what she's doing. In fact, I think he even said that Christine looked as though she's smoking something. So, yeah, it did not help Cody. But guess what? It helped him to be quiet at that point.
Well, all the wives were
and
silent.
not leave them on a bad note. Robin kind of sniffled, did her no tear stuff. I was like, I really love this. And I think Mary also cried. And, Janelle was like, okay, all right, this ended on a good note. Because all of the wives I think all of them were just getting to that space like, oh boy, another meeting. And Christine said something that was very concerning. She said after any of these meetings, she actually goes home, her stomach is in knots, and she cannot take care of her children. She just has to go to the bed and she has a breakdown every time after these meetings. And Janelle was Janelle's face like, oh my God. Because it's just anxiety coming to these meetings. Cody, she knows who he's going to point fingers at because they're not doing very well. And then on top of that, you can't really see anyone because it's COVID. You're already fearful about a pandemic that's out there.
Yeah.
You're fearful for yourself, your children, and then your routine is all messed up because kids are at home for school.
Yeah.
Like it's all of these things going on. And then on top of that, you have someone who instead of him going to your house and staying all day, he decides to call these meetings once in a blue moon. These torture sessions. He just, he gripes and gripes and gripes, and he just makes everybody feel really low and down.
Yeah.
So Christine, before she read this mission statement, she said, it's just getting so bad for me that now I am having these nervous breakdowns.
Yeah.
When I get home, I just curl into bed. And you know how that is, when you gotta crawl into bed after someone has talked to you in a fetal position and stuff, that's not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least for the wives, after she read that, they all kind of had this sigh like, that is beautiful. And I think at the end they came together and gave a hug.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, wasn't this where, because it says that Christine wants to move to Utah, Cody did listen to Four Wives, but the law also changed. Cody says he loved, Christine basically said she wants to move to Flagstaff because of her dad. That she doesn't know how much.
Utah.
Yeah. The laws have already changed or whatever. I think this was the episode where she actually talked to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he loved Flagstaff. Mm-hmm. So they had already talked about it and everything, stuff like that. But you're going to see in the next episode how he throws her underneath the bus and then rolls over her 5 times.
Yeah.
In so many different ways.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I feel like...
you mean Utah?
Yes.
Yeah, that he loved Utah.
Yeah, like he was
and
interested in the idea
yes.
and stuff like that. Because this is where the episode where she talked to him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Christine going to Utah, I think it will be good because, I mean, I feel like she said she always felt like it was home. Which I was kind of confused about when she said it was home. Because I remember her saying that she had a lot of bad memories in Lehigh.
That's where they lived, in that house, where she was a basement wife. That's a Lehigh, Utah. Her daughter Aspen lives in... Salt Lake City, Utah. It's kind of like Maryland, Waldorf.
So is St. George Lehigh?
No, I think St. George is another part of Utah.
Well, remember in season 17, she was like, "I would never move to St. George. That's gross."
Right. That's a part of Utah too. It's kind of like Waldorf, Maryland.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever, Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so St. George is another place where I think the Mormon community is really large. And they really look down on people from the fundamentalist
and he wanted her to move there.
He thought that's where because I guess at one time they were there at one time, but she said no, she was not going to move there. She also is not going to move to Lehi either.
Yeah,
but she'll be more at Salt Lake City.
Right.
Yeah. So but she talked to him, and when she was talking to him, it seemed like he was really listening. I don't even know why she trusted him though.
I mean, he was not in a good relationship.
He was not in a good space.
No.
So he listened to her. She in the confessional, she's like, I think I'm almost convincing him. Now I just have to. She became very confident. Now I just have to convince the wives.
He was setting up for failure.
Yes,
girl.
when we went to see the Dagas, we coming back, everybody was talking about how you missed this Utah. But guess what? Cody goes to the confessional, and he's like, yeah. He's like, you know something? For once, I'm going to be saying something, and my wife's not going to be against me. I'm going to let Christine handle that and go and talk to the wives and see how they come up against her. Ooh.
That's so evil.
He's like, this is a roller coaster ride that I will love to be in or something. He said,
it's wickedness, Cody. It's actual wickedness.
And he was really having his kicks from that, just like how Mary also has been having her little kicks here and there. He was very excited about that. So I guess the next episode we see how he lets her, throws her under the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think he is like seriously unraveling. Yeah. And I think he is just on a downward spiral. I feel like season 15 we really saw it go way down.
Well, it seemed to me as though season 15 I think was a time
like it was a steady slope.
Yeah, it was from episode 1 when he said that he doesn't know if he'll do plural marriage again. That's what it was this season that he really started to question his faith, I thought.
Yes.
It was this season. He became very cynical. And he said so. I've become very cynical about it. He didn't care if the wives were, getting along. He didn't believe it. He wasn't optimistic.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting along with his children. This season 15 was really when I was like, okay. Yeah. And he said many times, I don't give a shit. A couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
This season. So.
Which I think is a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I think we've always been seeing Cody go down throughout the seasons, but I feel like this season we're really seeing him really just being bold with it. Like, he doesn't care to hide.
Yeah.
He doesn't care to hide it.
Yeah.
At all. Like, he's just letting it be known. Yeah. That's why I feel like it just seems like it really went downhill. But it's always been there, but it's really out of control.
Yeah. It was sad. It was sad to also see, because with any unraveling of a parent,
the rest of the family follows.
The children that suffer
the most.
In the end.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, it's Mary
and Amma.
You have to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.